Welcome back to CasualBiasRugby. Today we are doing a prediction time for round 12 of the URC. It has returned. I'm super excited for this. Finally, it's not going to be on a week on, week off basis anymore. Sorry if I look a bit red and stuff. I got burnt in the sun. As you know, South Africa, extremely hot. It's not going to be on a week on, week off basis anymore. We got some consistency in the tournament, and without any further ado, let's not waste any time. We're jumping straight into it. We got Glasgow Warriors versus Cardiff. Now, obviously, with all the Northern Hemisphere teams, we're not sure are they going to put out their best team a weekend side or kind of like a mixture of the teams. But I don't see Glasgow struggling against Cardiff at all. Glasgow being the home team as well. Let me just get this on. Glasgow being the home team as well. They've been playing some scintillating rugby. I've got Glasgow to win this game by about 16 points. I know it's a big margin. Cardiff, not a walkover victory at all, but I do think the home ground advantage will be absolutely massive. It's starting to become business end of the season. So teams like Cardiff has to be put away by the likes of Glasgow, especially knowing how tight the table is at the moment, right? I think it's between spots number 3 or 4 until about spot number 11 is all within about a 5 point margin. So you need to take your points, especially against the lower tier teams. Ospreys versus Munster, the same exact thing. Munster's been looking absolutely scintillating. Even in these couple of games that they've been playing where the Irish players are gone, they've put up some real good performances. They beat the Crusaders as well when they toured there. Obviously, the Crusaders not at their best at the moment, but still, it's still a massive victory for Munster. I can't see them struggling with the Ospreys at all. I'm going Munster to take this one by about 13 points. Moving on to Hollywood Bet Sharks versus Ulster. Now, obviously, if you just take it at face value, you would say Ulster has to win this game, right? But it's tough to tour in South Africa, especially in Durban as well. Yemen Etzebeth back. Bongi Munambi back, Lucanio. A lot of these Sharks boys know, especially with the big signings also coming in, they really have to pull up their socks and put some performances together. So I'm going with the kind of underrated or hot take that the Sharks will bounce back and get a couple of victories for the rest of the season, just because they know, listen, it can't get any worse, play for some pride. Got this home game against Ulster, and I don't think Ulster has been the most convincing team in the world, to be fair with you. Like, I don't think they're doing bad in the tournament at all, but they haven't been too convincing. And every now and again the Sharks pull out some decent performances. They got smashed by the Lions a couple of weekends ago, but I really feel like they could end strong, and it could make that it doesn't all feel like negativity around the Sharks. So I'm going with the Sharks to get a couple of wins on the trot to end off the season with, starting with this game against Ulster. Next up, you got Scarlets versus Benetton. I know Scarlets are at home. I don't see them causing any trouble to the likes of Benetton. Benetton know they have all to play for. They've had a wonder season so far, especially after the performances of Italy, right? I'm not saying the Italian players will all come back and play for Benetton, but I think they will still take some momentum from the Italians playing good in the Six Nations and just absolutely thump the Scarlets. Moving on to as you know, my team, the DHL Stormers versus Edinburgh, probably the game to look forward to this weekend. And a lot of people would say back your team, and I understand back your team if you're Edinburgh supporter, but back your team only until they play the Stormers, because you're getting absolutely pumped this weekend. Yes, I am cocky. Yes, I am South African. It's just a perfect mixture, right? That's how you know us all. So I'm going with the Stormers to get an easy victory. Of course, we lost to the Bulls. I think our guys will really have want a solid performance, a bounce back performance. You saw what we did with like a third and fourth string team, sending them up to Northampton Saints. Obviously, Saints, none of the English players playing, but absolutely put a beating down on the Saints in England. So, especially coming down to South Africa, teams don't travel well when they come to South Africa. You've got the DHL Stormers, who's been on a rampage. That was our first loss against the Bulls in how long? I don't see us losing 2 games in a row. So, of course, Edinburgh probably not going to send out their strongest team. So I don't expect us to see in the likes of a Pierre Schoeman or a Tuan van der Merwe, for instance. So DHL Stormers by 25 points. I feel it's a fair prediction, to be honest. Connacht versus Emirates Lions. Now, everyone loves the Lions. I love the Lions. The Lions are my second team. If I don't support the Stormers, everyone just loves the Lions. They've got this beautiful underdog story, just doing their job week after week after week, getting better and better. But I don't see them travelling to Connacht and getting anything from the game. They might get the bonus point by staying in a 7-point margin. I think it's going to be a close game, a fierce game. Even though Connacht won't put out their strongest team, I just think with the travelling home field advantage for Connacht, they will be overall just a bit too strong. I'm going very close game. Connacht by 3 points. Obviously, I would love the Lions to take it. I would love to be wrong on this prediction, but I don't see the Lions causing any sort of upset on this one. And then moving forward, you got the Bulls versus the Dragons, or the Dragons versus the Bulls. The Dragons at home. You can only, if you're a Dragons fan, you can only dream of maybe getting a point. The Bulls are on full steam. They're on tour now, so they definitely sent their strongest team as well. I think the Bulls are going for another statement victory, get another 5 points from this game, a win with the bonus point, which will really secure their spot in the top 2, to be fair, again, in that race against Leinster. So the Bulls, I mean, we spoke about it on Safis Unscripted. Some people might have called an upset victory, but I can't see this being an upset at all or a close game at all. I think the Bulls are in full swing, a lot of momentum on their side. I'm going Bulls by 20 points, big margin. And then finally we got Zebra versus Leinster. Leinster obviously not going to play their strongest team. So it might be a tighter game. But the thing is, like, Leinster doesn't even need to play their strongest team. That is what's so special about them. Like, even though they play a second or third string team even, a lot of them have a couple of caps behind them. So Leinster will still field a decent team. Obviously not their strongest. So I'm going with Leinster to win this game by 11 points. Zebra might put up some fight. The same with Benetton, pulling some momentum from the Italian guys, but they obviously won't play this game. It will be a lot to ask from them to play full Six Nations and then bounce back in and play against Leinster. So I'm going full on with the Leinster victory. So just as a quick little recap for all the games: Glasgow to win or to beat Cardiff, Munster to beat Ospreys, Sharks to beat Ulster. That is the underdog prediction. Benetton to beat Scarlet, Stormers to thump Edinburgh, Connacht to beat the Lions. That might also be an underdog shout. Bulls to beat the Dragons, and then finally we have Leinster to beat Zebra. Let me know what you think about it. As always, guys, if you enjoyed the video, please remember to like and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. As you know, the whole basis around this channel has switched, where we have different creators covering all sorts of the tournaments and the championships going around. So please remember to like and subscribe to also watch their channels. We're even covering American, the MLR. We're covering the Super Rugby. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys being here. And see you next time. Thank you.